Hello, good afternoon, guys. Today I'm going to report about the important things that we need to consider before buying computer and gadgets. So, I'm Mr. Franz Leo Luberanes, the assigned reporter today. Okay, the first thing that we need to consider to keep in mind before buying the computer or gadgets, pick a platform, especially for the computers or laptops. Platform may be Mac, Windows, or Chrome OS. So most laptops come with one, three operating systems. So Windows, Chrome OS, or Mac OS. So the most flexible operating systems is Windows. So it appears on many more makes and models than Chrome OS or Mac OS X. So Windows 10, the latest version, the Microsoft flagship operating system. So it provides a number of improvements over Windows 7 and Windows 8. So including the ability to switch between tablet and desktop modes, a revamped start menu with live tiles, and the powerful Cortana digital assistant. So all MacBooks come with Apple latest desktop operating system. So Mac OS High Sierra. So overall, the operating system offers similar functionality for Windows 10. So, but with a different take on the interface that substitute on apps, the bottom of the screen for Microsoft Start menu and taskbar instead of the Cortana digital assistant. So Mac user get Siri. So find on an expensive Chromebook such as the Samsung Chromebook 3. So Google OS is simple and secure, but more limited than Windows or Mac OS. So the user interface looks a lot like Windows with an application menu. So the second thing that you need to consider is decide if you want a two-in-one. So many PC laptops fall into the category of two-in-one, so hybrid devices, so that can switch between traditional clamshell mode, tablet mode, and other position in between, such as tent or stand modes. Or two-in-ones generally come into two different styles, so detachable with screen that can come off the keyboard entirely, and flexible laptops with hinges that bend back 360 degrees to change modes. So the third one is choose the right size. So before you look at the specs or pricing, you need to figure out just how portable you need your laptop. So laptops are usually categorized by their display sizes. So the first one is 11 to 12 inches. The thinnest and lightest system around have 11 to 12 inches screen and typically weigh 2.5 to 3.5 pounds. And another is 13 to 14 inches, so provides the best balance of portability and usability, particularly if you uh, if you get a laptop that weighs under 4 pounds. So kung mas magaan ang 11 to 12 inches, mas madali siyang dalhin kumpara sa iba pang mga sizes ng laptop. So another is 15 inches. The most popular size is the 15-inch laptops usually weigh 4.5 to 6.5 pounds. Consider the size if you want a larger screen and you're not planning to carry out your notebook around often. So the next or the last one is the 17 to 18 inches. If your laptop stays on your desk all day every day, at 17 to 18-inch system could provide you with the kind of processing power you need to play high-end games or do workstation level productivity. So 17 to 18 inches is good for gaming and for office works. Kung hindi mo dadalhin yung laptop mo kung saan-saan, then you can use 17 to 18 inches size of display when it comes to laptops. The fourth one is check the keyboard and touchpad. So the most impressive specs in the world don't mean diddly if the laptop you're shopping for doesn't have good ergonomics. If you plan to do a lot of work on your computer, make sure the keyboard offers solid tactile feedback. So plenty of vertical travel distance. The key goes down when pressed, usually 1 to 2 mm, and enough space between the keys. Then the fifth one is pick your specs. So notebook components such as processors, hard drive or RAM, and graphics chip can confuse even notebook aficionados. So don't feel bad if your spec sheets look like alphabet soup to you. So the first one when it comes to the spec is the CPU, or the central processing unit of your computer, or the brains of your computer. So you need to consider. So we have Intel Core i5 if you are looking for mainstream laptop with the best combination of price and performance. So get an Intel Core i5 CPU. So those with the Y in the name are low power and have worse performance, while models with an HQ use more wattage and appear in thicker gaming and workstation systems. So Intel's new 8th generation Kaby lake refreshed CPUs have model numbers that begin with 8 and double the number, of course, from 2 to 4, which dramatically improves the performance. Then Intel Core i7, a step up from Core i5, which models with numbers that end in HQ or K use higher wattage and have 4 cores, allowing for even faster gaming and productivity. So there are also Core i7Y series chips that have lower power and performance. So keep an eye out for the CPUs that have 8 in the model number. Then Intel Core i3 performance just a step below Core i5, so is the price. If you can possibly step up to Core i5, then you better use Core i5 computer. So the next one is the AMD Ryzen Mobile, a new set of chips that are designed to compete with Intel Core i5 and Core i7. Okay, so Intel Pentium or Celeron, common in sub laptops. These chips offer the slowest performance but can do it. Your main tasks are web surfing and light document editing. So mga PowerPoint lang, you can use Intel Pentium or Celeron laptop. Then Intel Core M or Core i5 i7 Y series. So low power and low heat allows system with this processor to go fanless. So performance is better than Celeron, but a notch below regular Core i5 U series. Then Intel Xeon, extremely powerful and expensive processor for larger mobile workstation. Then the RAM, some laptops comes with only 2 gigabytes of RAM, but ideally if you want at least 4 gigabytes on even budget system, and 8 gigabytes if you can spend just a little more. So if you are going to choose 2 gigabytes, then you can use that just for your PowerPoint or light documents, but for videos and other documents and for music, you can use 4 gigabytes and 8 gigabytes if you can spend just a little more. For most user, 16 gigabytes or more is overkill. Then the next is the storage or drive. or the hard drive. Even more important than the speed of your CPU is the performance of your storage drive. If you can afford it and don't need a ton of internal storage, get a laptop with a solid state drive. So, a solid state drive or SSD rather than a hard drive, because you'll see at least 3 times the speed and a much faster laptop overall. Then the next one is the display of your computer. The more pixels you have, the more content you can fit on screen, and the sharper it will look. Then sadly, most budget and mainstream laptops have 1366 1366 by 768 displays, and so do more than half of the business laptops. Then another is the touchscreen. So optional. So if you are buying a regular clamshell laptop rather than 2-in-1, you won't get much benefit from touchscreen, and you will get 1 to 3 hours less battery life. On 2-in-1s, touchscreens come standard. Okay, next is the graphic chips. If you're not playing PC games, creating 3D objects, or doing high video editing, and integrated graphics chips, one that shares system memory will be fine. So if you have any of those, the above needs a discrete graphics processor from AMD is essential. As with CPUs, there are both high and low end graphics chips. So low-ending gaming or workstation system today usually have range models have GTX 1050 Ti or GTX 1060, and high-end models have GTX 1070 or 1080. Then the next is the ports. While the absence of ports is usually not a deal breaker when choosing a laptop, it is helpful to get the connection you need right on your system rather than having to carry slow or dongles. So most mainstream laptops will have USB 3 ports and HDMI out for video. However, an increasing number of laptops use USB Type or C or Thunderbolt 3 ports that are USB Type-C compatible. Then another is DVD or Blu-ray drives. So few laptops come with optical drives because of some software and movies are downloadable. So however, if you really need to read or write this and your laptop or of choice doesn't come with a built-in DVD drive, you can always buy an external one that connects via USB. So the next one is don't skimp on battery life. So you have to consider the battery life of the computer or gadgets that you are going to buy. So if you are buying large bulky notebook that you use only on a desk near an outlet, you don't have to worry about battery life. However, if you plan to use the laptop on your lap, even if it is at home and or work, you'll want at least 7 hours expected battery life. Don't take the manufacturer's word for it. Summary, so the quick tips. If you are in hurry, these are the most important things to consider when choosing a new laptop or gadgets. For a lot more details, see that that has been discussed. So 12.5 to 14 inches screens offer the best balance between usability and portability. Larger screens are fine if you don't travel much, and smaller models are great for kids. If you're spending a lot of money, shoots for these minimum specs. So Core i5 CPU, then 1920 by 1080 screen, or display, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and SSD or storage instead of hard drive. Then 8 plus hours of battery life is ideal if you plan to take your laptop anywhere at all. So consider a 2-in-1 if you want to use your laptop as tablet. If not, a standard clamshell notebook may be a better choice. Then Chromebook are good for kids, for students, and Windows laptops and MacBooks both offer plenty of functionality. With platform you prefer is a matter of personal taste. Okay, so that's are the quick tips and things that we need to consider before buying computer and other gadgets. The specs of the computer, the display, and the battery life of the computer and gadgets. That's all. Thank you.